as a Christian. As Christians, my suggestion briefly is, from the very beginning, God gave humans freedom to believe and obey Him. And therefore, any law that seems to be suggesting that a religion may be using state organs to force people to believe what they teach is in the wrong. And so Christians are fighting from that front. That from the very beginning and throughout history, God has allowed people to obey Him out of free choice. And that is why the church is fighting for simple freedom of religion, simple freedom of worship, without using state power to force people to believe one religion or the other. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Wish you success in your struggles. We have heard the Kenyan story. Any comments? Even if you're a Kenyan, you can talk. He actually says any Kenyan who wants to add to what he has said. Yes. Any other? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Let's see the 5 first.
Okay. I just wanted to add on to my brother. He has one view. I have a different view on the same issue. I really thought that as Christians we should not have argued or taken the Catholic's case to the level that we got to for two reasons. The Catholic's were specifically dealing with issues of marriage, divorce, and inheritance concerning Muslim people, which again were confined within that domain. In our earlier struggle in 2003, which I was very much part of, we fought back the idea of expanding it and tailed it down to really limiting it to the issues about those family issues. But two achievements we achieved then was to retain it as a subordinate court, meaning that the High Court would overrule any ruling here. And secondly, to create the clause that allowed for Muslims to choose to go to that court, which in the draft constitution was taken. I argue that the best way for us as Christians to live together with Muslims who we together own the country was much more to inoculate the constitution against any further Sharia expansion in other areas by allowing this particular law in. And the fact that all our family laws in the country were derived either from traditional religion or Christianity, particularly the common law of the Church of England, it was not right that we insist that they have that because we do not share the common nature of law. One key thing was that the source of law in our country is the common law, and issues about the Muslim family law would always contradict the sources of law, which there was need that a provision be created to give it justification for practice in the country. So we are on the other side, Christians are divided in the country. Some of us are supporting that no, the Catholic court is not an issue, but the bigger issue is the whole issue of Islamization that looks at politics, looks at Muslim dawah, looks at the entrenchment, how Muslims are entrenching themselves in the community, and we are not making any response towards addressing those issues.
So, because it is complex. Number 2?
No, number 2. I closely tried to, I was just trying to really ask the appellate status of these Cadi courts.
Draft.
The draft, yes. But I think, I guess, taking from what you've said, and from the Nigerian experience, the problem is that you start at this level. Because in Nigeria, up till 1977, we really had limited status. But then with the Balkanization of the state and the creation of mosques, the Muslims moved from there to asking for the provision of the Sharia court at the federal level. So really the question would be, how do you insulate the provision from the possibility? Nobody knows what will happen in Kenya tomorrow. How far, what are the limits? I don't know if you understand the question.
The question is not for him, but for your friend here, who is sitting down with you. Because it's your friend who's talking of inoculation. Number 3.
I have 2 questions. First, what are the programs that the church is involved with Muslims? Are there any dialogue, any kind of interaction with the Muslims? And also, what kind of political involvement of Muslims in the country?
Political involvement of Muslims. Okay. And maybe the response of Christian politicians, if any. So this is a problem.
Thank you for the presentation. My question is brief. You say that Muslims, especially in the Muslim dominated area, sometimes when Christians do something wrong or preach against their faith, they burn the church. And those Muslim majority areas, I think in Ethiopia, for example, Muslim majority area, Muslims elect their local leader from Muslim. They never elect Christians. It's also practical in Kenya. And if there is conflict or if there is a criminal who burns the church, how do the local leaders take measure? Do they really cooperate with Christians to heal the conflict? Thank you.
5 or 4.
I just wanted to add another dimension to what has been presented by Reverend. The Islamization, in particular, northern part of Kenya, it was not as a result of the Omani or the Shirazi. The Shirazi and the Omani Arabs had influence in the coastal area as been presented. But in northern and northeastern, the traders, particularly from Somalia, that actually Islamized that part of the country. And again, what led to the community there being cut off from the Christian South has to do with the politics. When Kenya was granted independence, most communities in northern Kenya wanted to affiliate themselves with Greater Somalia. And they started guerrilla movement to effect that. So the Kenyan government declared the whole of northern Kenya as closed district, and therefore no missionaries could ever go there. That contributed to the isolation and the remaining Muslims largely. But there is a ray of hope. In a central part of northern Kenya, around Marsabit, there is a thriving Christian community living side by side peacefully with their Muslim neighbors. And you will find during Christmas, Muslim neighbors and Christians celebrating. During Eid al-Fitr, you will find them visiting each other and celebrating the common Eid. So we have also a promising example of interfaith relation, especially around Marsabit. So maybe that's the dimension I wanted to add to what has been presented.
Thank you very much for that addition that you rightly said. One more person behind you, yes? Give to Father there. Don't forget to come back here.
Thank you.
Just shout.
Yeah, thank you. My question is about the growth of Muslims in Kenya. How do you look at it as Christian? Because